Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm Matt, and this is John, and we're here from Straight Shooter Reviews today. We're at our local range, and we've come out here with the Ruger LCR, which we recently acquired. John, you're familiar with this. I actually acquired this handgun for my mother's concealed carry purposes, so we're going to give it our first impression and see if it's fit for her or not. I think we can both agree on one thing, and that this gun, we're going to find out if it's functional. It's definitely not the prettiest. Pretty ugly gun, John.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, it's I mean it's polymer. Definitely doesn't have the looks that the Smith & Wesson has, but I mean a concealed carry gun is about looks, so.
That's true. That's a good point. Now, my mom wanted a paint gun, so hopefully she's not too let down. Well, we've done a little dry firing with it. The gun's completely empty. John made a good point, which is that the trigger pull is a very nice trigger pull. I'm skeptical to see how it shoots. I'm not very good with revolvers. I never have been. John, you're kind of the master of that. What do you expect from this gun today?
I have a 642 air weight, and I'm really used to the trigger. With this trigger, it is unloaded, as you can see here. With this trigger, it's nice. It doesn't. The 642 kind of has 3 stages. With this one, it's real easy. I don't know if you can see, but it's real easy to just stage. The sights, I think I'm gonna love. It's just a big dot sight. I think it's real easy to pick up for a sight picture. So those are the things I do like about it. It seems to feel good in my hand. So as far as I think this is gonna be really give us 642 a run for its money. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it over here and shoot some plates then.
Sounds good.
Ruger LCR, that's what we're here with today, and the gun does perform, but John, I gotta tell you I'm a little disappointed. It's not exactly everything I hoped it would be. As far as the recoil goes, to me that felt unfortunately impacting. I feel like that impacted my groups. If this was my only gun, specifically if I was going to give it to my mother, it would make me want to practice less because the gun's so uncomfortable to shoot. What do you think?
Right, that's a good point. You know, if you enjoy shooting a gun, you're more likely to practice with it, and therefore you're going to be more competent with it. So I think, it's, a very good point. You've shot my 642. How would you say just the recoil and the overall shooting experience compares to 642?
Well, I guess it's hard to quantify the recoil, but if I were to say this gun compared to the 42, I'd take the 42 any day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot more comfortable to shoot. I feel like it's just as, if not more capable than this gun, and let's be honest, it's way more attractive.
Yeah, absolutely.
The trigger pull, like you said, I enjoy the trigger pull. It's a great trigger pull, but the kick of the gun is unfortunate. And now we just did a little controlled shooting over there. We both took the same target with the same distance, with the same ammunition, and we both shot tight groups, but they're low. Do you think that's a reflection of the sights or our shooting ability?
I think it could be a little bit of both. I think, my tendency is to have the front sight, the top of that sight, not the dot, even with the bottom two. So I think that's just the nature of holding it a little low. I don't think it's really either one. And with a gun like this, it's not adjustable sights. So there's really not much you can do. But it wasn't shooting so low that you're going to miss a target. It's just, if we're both shooting good groups and the same amount, a little bit low, I'd say it's definitely something going on with the gun and the sights. Not that it's necessarily that bad, but it's definitely the gun.
Well, you said something pretty on point there, and that you're definitely going to hit a target. I mean, as a carry weapon, we're not out here to hit bullseyes. So
right.
If my groups are an inch low, that's still plenty of defense against an attacker.
Absolutely.
So I think the Ruger LCR definitely fulfills some of its promises. Probably wouldn't be my first choice as a carry gun or even a carry revolver. We'll see if my mother likes this before I give it to her, because I'm not sure if she's going to enjoy that recoil too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything you want to follow up with?
Yeah, you mentioned about like the sights I really like. I think that big white dot is easy to pick up. That's the one thing in comparison to 642. It's just got the ramps, and it's just the metal sights. I think the sights are a big improvement over the 642. The trigger, have more trigger time behind the 642 trigger, so I'm more used to that. But I think if I had this for a month and could shoot, a couple hundred rounds to it, I'd probably end up liking the trigger better on this. The only thing that kind of would make me on the fence between this and the 642 is like you said, the recoil. It's not like, you know, you're not shooting 357s out of it, but it seems to fit my hand well. But for whatever reason, the recoil is, you know, a little bit higher.
Yeah, the recoil to me makes it seem like it would be harder to get off fast, consistent shots on target.
Right, and I think practice could kind of
Sure.
negate the effects of that, but still, it's something to be taken into consideration, especially since you originally bought this with your mother in mind.
Right. Yeah.
And somebody that's had nothing to do with being a female, but if you're not an experienced shooter, you know, the recoil can really sneak up on you.
Right, that should be noted. My mother is not a consistent shooter. She wants a gun for protection. Obviously, I support that. So I sourced this after reading some reviews. My first impression is that I'm not sure, but she's the shooter, so I'm going to let her decide.
Yeah. And Ruger makes a good gun, so if it seems like a durable gun, I've read good things about them. So if anything were to ever happen to it, I mean, I trust Ruger as a company, so that's not an issue. You know, it's definitely a well-built gun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to cover. It'd be like it'd be a great concealed carry gun. It doesn't look good, but if it's going to be in my pocket or in my waistband, you know.
Yeah, I'm not showing it off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So other than that, you know, it's the LCR and 38 Special Plus P. We didn't shoot any Plus P rounds through it, and I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd want to. Especially
That'd be quite the undertaking with this gun so far.
Especially wanting a fast follow-up shot if we're practicing for defensive shooting.
Yeah, no, the Plus P would not be enjoyable for the wrist. I can tell you that much.
Absolutely.
20 rounds and I'm probably out.
Yeah. So I'd like to get one. They make the LCR in 9mm and it uses moon clips, which is really cool. So I think eventually I'm planning on getting a SIG 938 for inside the waistband carry, and I think it'd be cool to get an LCR 9mm to kind of have a cool carry duo there.
Yeah, you have options that way, sure.
Yeah, but you know, I wouldn't mind having an LCR, but right now I think I'm going to keep my 642.
Sure, yeah. I mean, as far as would I recommend this gun to a friend, possibly, under the right circumstances. I think if you came across the gun at a good price or an easy trade for you, it could be worth picking up. Would I go out and source one as my only carry gun? Probably not.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, I think that's all we have to you today, guys, so thanks for tuning in to Straight Shooter Reviews, and we'll have new videos up next week.